Hi, kiddos. So I wanted to share another animal book with you. So this is the one I'm going to read, Why Ducks Sleep on One Leg. Long, long ago in the land of Vietnam, there was a time when animals could talk like humans. Dragons rode to earth on clouds of rain, and unicorns frolicked in the woods. Fairies dwelled on misty mountains, and in every rock, tree, and stream there lived a magic spirit. During this time of wonder, the ruler and spirits were the Jade Emperor. Okay, so we already know that this is not a nonfiction book, this is fiction. We also should know by this first paragraph that this is a fairy tale. The earth was young then. All the animals were newly created, boasting feathers and fur, fins and feet, and they were content except for 3 ducks who lived in a small rice farming village. These unhappy ducks had received only 1 leg each. Now the ducks were clever, so they soon noticed that something was wrong. When they tried to dive for fish, they couldn't paddle and almost drowned. When they found worms on the ground, the hens always beat them to it. And the unlucky ducks didn't get out of the way quickly, the clumsy water buffalo stepped on them. The 3 ducks managed as best they could. They held each other's wings for balance, and then they walked. They took turns watching out for hungry foxes and pythons, and they shared their food with one another. But when the other animals teased them, they became most resentful of their plight. And plight means something that is not going well. So their plight would be that they only had 1 leg each. But this book is also talking about how they worked together, that they held on to one another and they took turns watching out for danger. It isn't fair that someone ran out of duck legs and forgot to make any more, one of the oldest ducks said. That's right, sister, said the middle duck. I'm tired of being hungry all the time. And I'm tired of those monkeys in the jungle making fun of us, the youngest duck said. What can we do? Let's petition the Jade Emperor for 3 more duck legs, suggested the oldest duck. He's the ruler of the earth. Surely he will help us. The ducks borrowed a block of ink, a brush, and some rice paper. Now, which one of us will write the petition? Asked the oldest duck. I will, said the middle duck. I know just what to say. He sat under a banyan tree and began writing with a flourish, which would be like he was writing with a pen made probably from a stick that he's dipping in ink. All day, all night, and all the next morning he wrote while his sister and brother waited patiently. Oh dear, said the oldest duck, your letter is so long, and you didn't even mention our missing legs. Why don't you write it, sister dear, replied the middle duck. I think we should ask the rooster for help, said the oldest duck. He is always strutting about the village, bragging and crowing and talking about his royal connections. Maybe he's related to the Jade Emperor. The ducks sought out the rooster, who was most eager to assist them. He drafted a petition on the spot. Aren't these pictures beautiful, these drawings? I love the colors. So vibrant. Now we have our petition, said the oldest duck. Who wants to present it to the Jade Emperor? Not I, said the middle duck. I hear the Emperor has an awful temper. Not I, said the youngest duck. I don't know where he lives. Oh, that's easy, said their sister. The Jade Emperor lives in the heavens beyond the sky. His celestial palace rests on the banks of the Silver River, whose waters twinkle with the brilliance of 1,000,000 stars. You must cross the Rainbow Bridge to reach the celestial dogs who guard the palace gates. Only mandarins in the pursuit of study are allowed to stroll in the gardens of fragrant peonies and flowering peach trees. Well, that sounds nice, said the middle duck. But it's too far away. How can we walk to the celestial palace with only one leg each? What if we get lost? Added the younger duck. I suppose you're right, agreed the oldest duck. And besides, she whispered, just look at the way the rooster wrote the petition. The characters look like scratch marks to me. The three ducks sadly huddled at the edge of the lotus pond. They heard someone clearing their throat. It was a goose standing nearby. Excuse me, the goose said. I overheard you talking and know how to help you. You should go to the Thou Hong, the village guardian spirit who lives in the Ding. He visits the Jade Emperor all the time. Convince him to take your petition on his next journey to the Celestial Palace. I will write a letter of introduction. The three ducks thanked the goose for her kindness and set out with her letter and the rooster's petition. The ducks cut bamboo canes and wove leaf hats to shade their heads from the hot sun. The den was at the other end of the village, which was a long trip for the ducks with only one leg each. Hours later, the ducks saw the curved tile roof of the den. Carefully, they wiped their feet and bowed 3 times before they entered the dark building. They smelled freshly lit candles and sweet perfume of joss sticks, the bouquet of dahlias and lilies. They noticed bowls of luscious fruits piled high, but did not see a living soul. Then, from a back chamber, they heard a loud, angry voice. I told you the incense burner must have 3 legs. Why does this one have 6? Remove the extra legs immediately. Take them out of my sight. The ducks put their heads closer together. What is an incense burner? Asked the youngest duck. I don't know, replied the middle duck, but it has 3 extra legs. Maybe they are the legs we never received. Thai Hong entered the room. He towered over the ducks. His glare was frightful. What do you want? He demanded. The oldest duck offered up the goose's letter of introduction. The guardian spirit hurriedly read aloud. I, most humble of geese, present to you, most honored of spirits, guardian of our village, hero of our hearts, protector of our fields and homes, these 3 unfortunate ducks, victims of fate, most inequitable and malevolent, who beg you to consider their petition. All right, grumbled the guardian. Show it to me. Thou Hong struggled to decipher the rooster's writings. Suddenly he burst into laughter. Ducks with only one leg each? Preposterous! Then you will carry out our petition to the Jade Emperor? Certainly not. Whatever was done at creation time cannot be undone. Obviously, you were meant to have one leg each. Besides, the Jade Emperor would never admit a mistake was made. I cannot take your petition to him. It might make him angry at me. The guardian spirit callously threw the scroll aside. The ducks fell into a gloomy silence. Finally, the youngest duck spoke out of his bravest voice. Honored spirit, he said, when we came into the den, we overheard you telling your servant to get rid of 3 extra legs. Perhaps we could have them? Extra legs? I have no extra duck legs here. Oh, they were not duck legs. They were from the incense burner, whatever that is. But we are not picky ducks. Any legs is better than none. Those legs? They are pure gold. Thou Hong's laughter shook off the tiles of the roof. I suppose you can have them, but guard them carefully or someone may steal them, and I have no more. The ducks gratefully thanked Thou Hong for his generosity. They bowed 3 times and quickly backed out of the den before he could change his mind. Once outside, the ducks tried on their golden legs, and they fit perfectly. Back at home, the ducks cheerfully showed off their new legs. "Watch me swim," shouted the oldest duck. She dived into the pond and gobbled up a goldfish. "Watch me run," cried the middle duck. He raced into the yard and stole a worm from an unwary hen. "Watch me fly," bragged the youngest duck. He leaped onto the broad back of the dumbfounded water buffalo and flapped his wings. And so the ducks treasured their new golden legs. They ate as much as they liked and soon grew plump. But they never forgot Thou Hong's warning. Each night they tucked their golden legs under one of their wings safely out of sight. As time passed, ducks visited from villages near and far noticed this curious habit and followed suit. They discovered that standing on one leg was comfortable. At night, they too began tucking their leg under their wings. Over the years, the custom spread throughout the woods, and so it remains today. So you know that this is really a Chinese proverb, and it's to teach a lesson. And the lesson that it teaches is that you are capable of doing anything, and that God doesn't make mistakes, and you are the way you are for a reason. And you need to take whatever you think is a disability and make sure that you turn it into an ability.